Literally, this is the third time that I've started shooting this video because every single time that I start talking, it sounds really awkward and really stupid. Hello, 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 Wabash. It is me, Nathan, back finally with a video blog from Argentina. I'm actually shooting in a different location from today because seeing as it is nighttime outside, there's no natural light in my room. The lighting here in the kitchen is much better for enhancing my Caucasian persuasion features. The crazy thing is, it is Monday here, which means that 2 weeks from today, I will be on my flight back to the United States. That's crazy. Even though it seems like this trip has been going on for a while, I actually do feel like I just got here. And although I'm ready to head home and catch up with people and actually see my family and friends again, I'm not necessarily ready to leave here yet. So with only 2 weeks left of this program, things are getting a little crazy here. And the main thing on everybody's minds is this giant independent study project that we have due at the end of the semester. So if you watched my last couple of video blogs, you know that I've been preparing to head down south and do a big research trip with the Mapuche communities. So that happened, which is why I haven't posted a blog in 2 weeks. And now my job is just to take all the information that I got and turn it into a project. So the good news is my trip went about as perfectly as a trip could have gone. I went down to a city in southern Argentina called Junín de los Andes with one of my best friends in the program, Caleb. And the reason that me and Caleb went down there was because our independent study projects focus on these communities of indigenous people that live down there called the Mapuche. Now, when our whole program went and visited Patagonia about 7 weeks ago, we all got the chance to stay in a rural Mapuche community. And for me and Caleb, it was one of the most definitive parts of the entire trip. And it was so interesting to both of us that we decided that we wanted to focus our projects on going back and learning more about these people. So Caleb's project wanted to focus on the culture of this rural community called Chiquilihuín on the outskirts of Junín de los Andes where we stayed before. But my project wanted to focus on their school system and how their education system works. So the one thing that I know for sure about my career path in the future right now is that I really want to be a teacher. And for this reason, this aspect of rural education really interests me. And what was really cool was that as I observed more and more of how these teachers interact with their students and the kind of goals that their students set, there's really not a big difference between the indigenous schools here and a lot of the elementary schools in the United States. So I got to do a lot of interviews with the teachers and the students, pass out some surveys, all that good stuff, all while staying in this beautiful part of Argentina where there's just mountains and lakes and awesomeness. So since we went down there last, a giant ass volcano went off in Chile, and now the entire southern half of Argentina is covered in volcanic ash. So if there's ever been something to see, it was walking around this area with just giant puffs of volcanic ash everywhere. And I will tell you, never in my life did I expect to be able to say the phrase,
"Gee, I hope that volcano doesn't go off. That would be really inconvenient."
and actually mean it. So I guess if that's part of the bucket list, that's accomplished. But anyways, I'm back here safe and sound in Buenos Aires, and now for the rest of my time here, I'll just be working on writing up this giant project. So I'm already about 20 pages of Spanish into this project, and I need about 6 or 7 or 8, 10 more, and I feel like I'm starting to hit my wall.
What you say?
So luckily this week I'll be spending time with my advisors and my Spanish professors to nail down the final details on the project, and hopefully by next Monday I'll have something good to present to the rest of my classmates. If I don't, I'm screwed. But not to worry, not everything that we've done here has been all work. I need my folder. For example, last Friday, some students in our program had the opportunity to participate in El Primero Foro de Estudiantes Universitarios in Argentina. That's a mouthful. It was a really, really cool experience because it brought university students from all over Argentina, from all different countries, together just to talk about issues of all kinds all over the world. And it was so neat to have a perspective from Chile, Cuba, Colombia, Brazil, the United States. And it really felt like we were a group of people there that were set out to just make some good in the world. And I don't know, all sorts of things that have been happening recently have really been putting into perspective why study abroad is so important. Because it's so important for us to get out of our little American bubble and see what's actually out there. Because everything that we get from the rest of the world is so filtered by the time that it gets to us with an American perspective. It's also really interesting to see what people around the world think of the United States. Spoiler alert, it's not great. Tons of people literally think we all own guns, which makes me think that a lot of people think the United States is just Texas. And second of all, everyone in South America has a really tough time understanding what the Indianapolis 500 is and why it's so important. In addition to playing diplomat, we've also had the opportunity to do a lot of fun things. On Friday night, some friends and I had a good time and went out to a boliche and did some dancing. And as a result, spent all of Saturday nursing a crippling hangover. I hope everyone had a wonderful Memorial Day. It's a perfect day to re-emphasize that even if you don't necessarily agree with everything the United States military does, you can still harbor the utmost respect for the men and women giving their lives in the name of this country. So to military members past and present, thank you. And on that note, I hope everyone's having a great start to the summer, and I'll see you all in 2 weeks. And remember, everybody love everybody.